So if you've been following us on our various channels, such as X and Discord, you will know that since the beginning of this year, we've been doing a monthly giveaway where we share various vouchers as a way of supporting newbies or those who are financially incapable to, purchase tools or subscribe to platforms that offers cybersecurity related trainings. So during the course of these various vouchers giveaways, we have been sharing vouchers related to Kadayo tools and Hack the Box platform. Okay, these vouchers are a bit pricey, but it's okay. It is part of our way of showing gratitude to God for giving us opportunity to be able to give to others, and as well support those who need to gather experience and cannot afford, paying for these various platforms or tools to participate in various offensive related activities. So we are grateful. We've been continuously doing that giveaway for the past 8 months, 7 months, sorry, excluding this month. I think we gave someone a voucher, one of our Discord followers. So he was an active participant, always liking our content, contributing with little comments of his. So we felt as a way of honoring our own part of the giveaway section to, give him the voucher for Hack the Box platform. So we want to encourage others who are so seeking to have these vouchers to, join the platform on our Discord, as we are planning to have a greater community. And as life gets better for us, we would try our best to support others. It's not easy because we are not rich, but from the little we have, we'll give the much we can. So during the course of this month's giveaway, we decided that we want to make it more of a red teaming stuff, because life, as we all know, is not easy, and giving people things without letting them work for it is also not encouraging. Okay, it's not trying to breed an entitlement personality, no, but it's a way of letting them know that they need to work hard to get whatever they want from life or in life, and as a way of portraying what we stand for as a cybersecurity organization. So in the month of July, we started a simple CTF where we have to put a tip or clue to encourage these various families of ours on various platforms such as X and Discord to work hard to learn how to decipher informations and crack this various voucher before using them on their Hack the Box channel or account. So during the course, we have done a few, and some of these family members of ours on social media have been able to solve a few of these vouchers, decode them, and of course use the vouchers for their own good, and which we're happy about. But for this month, we decided to take it to something more sophisticated. Okay, so this sophistication is to bring back the fire that is in the profession cybersecurity and make CTF to be something more challenging and exposing users to various concepts of reading various subject matters and not just relying on, focused on IT books. Okay, we want to create a platform where people would have a social life outside cybersecurity. So this also exposes you to having access to information, because in the real world, the bad guys would always have ways of encrypting data, which is not going to be easy for you to hack. Okay, it's not like you're hacking the OWASP top 10 vulnerability, which you're very familiar on how to exploit by understanding how to spot them where they exist, or let's say how to discover them when you're doing host discovery, and of course the various steps or concept to exploit them. So in real cybersecurity espionage, you're going to experience things that needs you to be diversified, okay, with information you have knowledge on, which is not something that has been going on in the industry recently. Okay. So everyone is about selling courses on how you can hack a vulnerability or show you how to hack a vulnerability. And no one is infusing the concept of critical thinking. And that alone makes us to feel a bit bored and try to make something out of what we have in terms of ideas and making things much better and exciting in the industry. So this month we decided to make our giveaway voucher to be a CTF kind, which is capture the flag. So in this CTF kind is the first of its kind, and we created this CTF, which we called the name Alia Yekta S, which is a famous saying by a well-known proconsul and general in the Roman Empire, which is also known as Julius Gaius Caesar. Okay, so the concept of this CTF was to use the skills of the Caesar cipher to, hide the information about the voucher we intend to give out for this month's giveaway. And unfortunately, nobody was able to solve this. And of course, we know it's going to be difficult because even ourselves, after creating the CTF itself, we had difficulties to even solve our own CTF. So that's how we know that it's not going to be easy. And probably if someone is able to solve it, it's going to be someone who has a very high level of critical thinking and always learn how to spot, sensitive information hidden within a text. So we promised we're going to publish an article on how to solve this, but out of our own generosity, we decided to add to that to make a video presentation to demonstrate this live using the link we posted on our various social media to solve it so that you can see that nothing was altered. It's not like we gave you a fake content for you to solve without a solution, then solve the original one, to have an impression that we are lying. So we decided to navigate to this X post where we describe the CTF, and we're going to solve it right here, as you can see on our screen, from this post, not from anywhere else. And after we're done solving this, we hope to leave the link to the file itself for another 7 days so you can replicate the steps and, of course, use the concept of our solution to practice, solving this lab. Because in our subsequent giveaway for this month of September, we're going to make even a more sophisticated CTF because we want you to be very passionate and hungry about the profession. Okay, cybersecurity is exciting, and the only way we can, see the excitement in this profession is by doing things that are not conventional or not what we used to know or familiar with. So with that being said, let's get started. So on this post here, we gave a link on how you can solve this CTF. We stated that this is a CTF and it's going to be a bit difficult. And we also described that the first 3 persons to solve this gets $25 each Hack the Box voucher. And of course, we also described the rules, as rules are very important. Okay, so the rules basically is to make sure the user write a report in a text-based format and not to, make it lengthy, so that we can just quickly read the summaries and, of course, give them the voucher. And of course, we further stated that there should be no copying because we are very, very, very particular about plagiarism. Okay, you cannot say you know something when you copy others. The best test for knowledge or experience is your ability to create something different from what others have done. That shows that you have a concept of understanding the information being conveyed, and as well have a good understanding of the solution you're providing. And of course, we stated the reason why we created a CTF is to ensure that we resurrect the craziness and fun in cybersecurity and red teaming and make it alive again. So in this post, we shared a Dropbox link without any tips. Okay, but we knew this is going to be very difficult if we just have to publish this like this. Okay, then we created another post, which is this post here. We gave a sequential tips. Okay, honestly, this is where we made this easy, where we gave the sequential tips. Okay, we stated that you need a few Kali Linux tools to solve this problem. There is a little math logic that was used. The file that is to be cracked is in the Dropbox link, which is this file. And a few solution step is related to the man in this image. So what we mean here is that if you eventually have a solution steps, you have to look at what is related to cybersecurity that is attributed to Julius Gauss Caesar. So if you're very familiar with cryptography, you should know that the training or the education or knowledge in cybersecurity that is mostly or majorly attributed to Julius Gauss Caesar is the Caesar cipher. Okay, a very simple cipher to solve and not difficult. Okay, now going back again to the Dropbox link. Okay, so we're going to click this Dropbox link and we're not using something else. Now we have the image here. Okay, so during our solution, we had multiple experience, which when you read the article, you're going to see the experience broken down and explained to you so that you can understand how evidence preservation is important when it comes to first incident response profession in cybersecurity, and as well not to corrupt the data that is attributed to an image in order to perform additional forensics to uncover hidden information. So now we have this image here, right? Let's now open our terminal. Okay, we have a terminal here. We already have a terminal here, so let's just close this. Okay, so we can change directory to our downloads. Okay, and of course we always have this good concept of creating a specific directory for any project we're working on. So we can say mkdir, let's say Caesar, and we hit enter. So we can say cd to Caesar. So everything we'll be working on is going to be from this directory. Okay, and if we ls, you can see there is no files here, right? Good. Now let's go back to this image. Now in Dropbox, you can see we are not logged in, right? There's a download button, which once you click it, it's going to tell you to download the file, and you'll be asked to like log in or not. So we just skip this and say continue with the download only, and it will prompt you to save the file, which is the original file, with the name. Okay, so we can come to here, which is the Caesar, and we save. So you can see we downloaded the file previously. Okay, now we go back to our terminal. Now if we ls to list the files in here, you can see we have the file here, right? Now let's go back to the tips. Okay, now the first tips stated here that a few Linux tools will be helpful. Okay, so when you're dealing with forensics or images, what is the first step you have to do? Okay, so the first concept you always have to deal with is to apply the concept of blue teaming or first incident response procedures. So what is this procedure? It's very simple. It's to use EXIF2 to read the metadata of the image which you have just downloaded. So how do we read this metadata? We just come here and say EXIF2, which is a Kali Linux tool. And we can now copy the name of this image. Okay. And we paste. Now we hit enter. Good. And as you can see, EXIF2 gave us the image information. And of course, when we just downloaded this image. So while we're analyzing this image, we saw something that has to do with comment. And the comment says clue. And some information we're, reading here, right? So this is what we did. We just copied this comment out to see what this comment is all about, to see if we got a clue on what we need to do. So good, we clear this. So usually I would always create a simple text file, just say touch, my text.txt, then I can say nano, my text.txt, okay, just to open the nano file. So we can now paste this comment here. Usually I'll just drop this in a new line. Okay, we can just drop this in a new line. Okay, so we can see what this comment is all about. Okay, so this should be okay. And we drop this in a new line. Now, the clue here says Julius Caesar was a great man who was betrayed by his best friend, Brutus, and just like 1 kilobyte of 1024, which is equals to 1024 value, so was his best friend, Brutus was to him before he logged him off twice with a stab. Let's get the key in good memory and remembrance of a great warrior and general. Now, usually I copy this into a text file to analyze, not in this text file, like in a Word document. So something captured our attention, okay, if we're going to solve this. First, it says just like 1 KB of file equals to this, so was his best friend, Brutus was to him before he logged him twice. But if you look at here, logged, and here says twice. So why are we saying logged twice and also writing the figure of value here with a stat? Then after ending the statement, say let's get the key to this. So basically what's trying to let us know that this is an encryption, okay, which needs a key to decrypt in memory and remembrance of the great warrior. Of course, still referencing to the guy, Julius Caesar, which is also related to the Caesar cipher. So first, what we did is to go back to this. Okay, so we have used the first tips, which is to use the EXIF tool to get the information. Now it's telling us a little maths logic was used. Now, if we go back here again, we saw what we call the log here. So here means log, okay, and twice. Now, if you know about logarithm, this is base 2, okay, and this is the value. So the next thing we did is simple. We pop up our Excel sheet, okay. You can solve this, okay. We can now say equals to, okay, you say log, okay, and you put the number 1024, and we say base 2, and we hit enter, and we have the value of 10. Now, we go back again to this. It now says, let's get the key. So after we solve this, the next thing it's telling us is, let's get the key to this, okay, and in good memory of the warrior and general. So when we have the value this, and it's telling us to get the key, it means we are dealing with a Caesar cipher, and the shift key is 10, okay? And this is the encrypted, text. So, and if you look at this encrypted text, we have a mixture of a capital letter and small letters. So these are, alphabets, no numbers, okay? So you can actually copy this into the Word document so you can understand if it's a number or an alphabet, okay? But this is just an alphabet, okay? So the next thing we did is to create a double Caesar cipher concept, okay? So because we have a mixture of capital letter and small letter, right? So we came to the Excel sheet again. So we call this one, we say A, tab B, tab C. Okay, let's complete everything. So now we're done with this. Caesar cipher in capital letter. Now we want to go back to that solution. We had the shift key 10. Unless stated otherwise, when you have the shift value of Caesar cipher, it means you shift to the right. However, if the author of the CTF says shift to the left or specify a comment that is related to the left, it means you have to shift to the left. So now we're told to shift to the right, right? So we count 10 spaces to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's fill this with an orange color, okay? So what this means is that our plain text will start from here. And once we complete the alphabet of the plain text here, the rest of the alphabet that makes the 26 number of the alphabet will continue from where the shift key commences. Okay, so now we start here to be A, say B, tab C, tab D, tab E, tap F, tap G, tap H, tap I, tap J, we continue. So we come here to complete it. Now we call this to be a plain text in caps, okay? Good. So now let's create the corresponding small letter for the plain text, and we create the corresponding small letter for the Caesar ciphertext. So we just come here, just say the same thing, but in small letter. So we call this one to be plain text in small letter. Good. So let's create the corresponding Caesar cipher in small letter, okay? So we can come and repeat the same thing corresponding to the Caesar, okay? So we can match this and say Caesar in small. Okay, good. Now the next thing we want to do is to get the encrypted key. And over here, we see that this is the encrypted key, right? So we can put this here. Don't worry, we just make it here. Okay. So we can delete this, okay. So this is the, call this the ciphertext. Okay, so let's get the corresponding plain text. Okay, so we plain text. Okay, good. Now what this means is that this is the Caesar cipher, right? So where we see the capital C, which is the Caesar cipher, let's get the corresponding alphabet that matches the plain text. So here we have the capital C. The corresponding alphabet in the plain text that matches the C is a capital S. So we put S here. Now for O, okay. Now, if you look at the Caesar cipher, O is capital letter, right? What is the corresponding plain text? Is capital E. Good. Now here we have a small n, okay? So let's look for Caesar cipher in capital letter and small n. What is the corresponding plain text in small letter? Is D. So we put D. Now for O, we know it's E, capital E. Now for capital E in the Caesar cipher, what is the plain text? Is U. So it's capital U. Good. Now for capital P for Caesar cipher, what is the plain text? Is F. Now for capital J in the Caesar cipher, where is the J? What is the corresponding plain text? Is Z, capital Z. Now for P is F, we already know. Now for capital X for Caesar cipher, okay, what's the corresponding plain text? Is N, so capital N. Now for capital V, the Caesar cipher, what is the corresponding plain text? Is L, capital L. Now for capital L in the Caesar cipher, what is the corresponding plain text? Is B, capital B. Now for small letter of the Caesar cipher, what's the corresponding plain text? So we look for A, capital A. We have it to be capital Q. So for small a of the Caesar cipher, it's going to be small q. Okay, so we put Q here. Good. Now for the final one, which is M, small m, in the Caesar cipher, what is the corresponding plain text? Well, capital M, small m is C. So for if we are dealing with capital letter, it's going to be capital C. So since we are dealing with small letter, it's going to be small c. And this is the corresponding plain text. So this key right now, we copy it out. Okay, Ctrl C. we go back to our Linux machine and just put it here. Okay, so it's okay. Never mind. So we put it here, right? Now, if we go back to the tips, it says the file to crack is in the Dropbox link. So basically what this is trying to let us know is that there is something hidden in this file and we need to crack it. And of course, we have solved the Caesar cipher to get the plain text key. So probably what's going to come to our mind is that maybe this key is the signature or the key to unlock what is hidden in this file. Okay, then it's still stated here that a few solution step is related to the man in this image. So basically we have solved the Caesar cipher. And of course, the man here is Caesar. And of course, the cipher, Caesar cipher is related to him. So we go back again to, this time we go back to our terminal. Okay, we can actually copy this out. You can see it's copied in Excel, right? But no worries, we can now copy this. So we can say Ctrl X, Y, and we hit enter. So let's get, you can say ls get. So let's paste this here. Let's paste this here. Okay, so we can come here. Always learn to save time, okay? So now we've gotten this key, right? So the solution tells us that we have to crack the file. Okay, so how do we crack the file? So if you're dealing with image, basically there are lots of tools, but the concept means crack means is a stack height file. Okay, so how do we crack a stack height file? We have the stack height command. Okay, -- help to see a few of the flags or help commands we can use. So you use stack height, extract to extract data, and of course we have other flags or options you can use. So -SF is used to select the stego file. So you have to follow the sequence, okay? So stack height, extract, specify the stego file, then of course write the file name. Okay, you can see -SF, then of course you have to specify the file name here. You can see here, right? So we go back here, we already have this file, right? So we can say stack height. Okay, then we say extract. Extract doesn't have any hyphen, right? Let's see. Okay, good. So there is we can use this or this, okay? Then we specify the stego file, SF, as the stego file. Then we name the file name, which is Fixit Gearware security -jc.jpg. Okay, then we hit enter. Now it's asking us for the passphrase, so we can paste that passphrase and see. Good. And immediately we paste the passphrase, you can see we got a file. Now we can assume that this is the solution or where the voucher is, but basically it might not be as well. So we created this so we know what's inside. So we can say cut the file August giveaway.txt. Good. And it says, congratulations, dear player. You have come a long way, showing tenacity, smartness, thinking outside the box, and the resilience of a hacker. You deserve a helping hand. So as a sign of honor, decode this key, take a screenshot and send us to our Discord channel via a private message to get your voucher. So we have one more last instruction on what we need to do. So basically, if you're familiar with a lot of penetration testing or offensive related stacks, you should know that this is a base 64, okay? But if you don't know what it is, you can just copy this and ask Google or your best friend or your GPT tool to, to tell you what type of encoding is this. So you always get answers anyway. It's very easy to solve this, okay? Or you can just try it with multiple decoding tools to see what it's like. So the next thing we did is that we just need to copy this. We go back to a URL. And we can call base 64. Okay. Then we can paste it here and we just click decode. So basically it gives us a URL to this, and what is required is just for you to visit this URL, okay, and just print this page. So you have to, screenshot this page to, and send to us. So basically this is a repository we created, but we kept it private. Okay, so this is like a sign that you actually solved this lab. Okay, so it's difficult because we knew it was going to be difficult because we employed so many tactics to create this CTF, infusing forensic, infusing blue teaming, infusing some philosophical concept, infusing cryptography, and of course computer science and maths. Okay, and that's the fun of cybersecurity. Okay, cybersecurity is a profession that needs you to have the concept of critical thinking and well versed in a lot of information. So because hackers will not make things easy, the bad guys who are hackerist or state-sponsored hackers with malicious intentions will always find a way to send messages across their various partners, encrypting these messages with various concepts and information that only a smart person with special kind of IQ can decipher this. But something very interesting about life is that once you have exposed yourself to a lot of information or a lot of subject matters, it's not a must you can have something 100%, but you should be closer to having a solution. With constant practice, time and time over again, you should be able to, find solutions or learn how to solve CTF or hacking games or, events very easy without facing difficulties that much. So that is all about this, CTF. So hopefully in our next month, which is this month's giveaway, when it comes up, you can be able to solve the next CTF. Expect it to be difficult. It's not going to be easy because we love creating something, a bit technical to ensure that you're not just, hacking, but learn how to connect the dots to break things. Okay. So, sorry for those who are not able to understand this, but it's okay with this right now. You should be a bit not fully having an idea of how we create our CTF, but definitely you have no idea because we're always dynamic. Okay. We use the concept of Bruce Lee, be fluid like water. If you're in a teacup, you take the shape of a teacup. Okay. So there is more and more and more exciting things we are very excited to share with you. Always try to learn. Okay. If you have things you don't know about cybersecurity, join the Discord, send us a DM. We would not reply you immediately because we have other things we are handling, or we have other things going on in our life, not just cybersecurity, but we promise you that we'll always reply you. Okay. No matter how long it takes. Of course, not more than 2 to 3 days. Okay. We'll always reply you. So try and join the Discord. Let's make a growing community and a growing family because we intend to be well known. Okay. In a good way, not in a bad way. And without your support or without your followership, we will not get anywhere because you're very important to us and you're part of our growing journey. And we want to solicit that you help us to grow and achieve our dreams as well. So that will be all about this month's giveaway. Maybe sometime during the week or next week, we might just post a random voucher, maybe 1 voucher or 2. I'm not sure. It's not a promise. So if you have the fastest finger, you can claim it. But if you're not lucky, just keep trying. Okay. Who knows? You might be part of those guys who have always been lucky. Okay. So until next time, see you and bye for now.